share the stream, we'll start the race and then we'll get underway.
It's only practice right now, there's nothing too much going on.
Oh, that's ironic. I've got something. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's only practice at the moment. Oh, turn that down. Yeah, it's only practice. We've got the qualifying and race to come soon. Just share this.
I got the stream on now, where I can just track how everything's going.
Yep.
Streams up for you, and doing well for you as well. I haven't done comms for a little while, if I'm honest.
Right, stream is shared. We should be getting underway shortly.
Oh, Jamie's just gone. ILRT Jamie.
It's only good practice though, so it shouldn't be too much of a hassle. A bit of a confidence downer, but you know, you can't really expect people to go flat out and not make any mistakes in practice. Qualifying begins now.
Alright, we're off to qualifying then. This is going to be very interesting.
So I believe it's a 15-minute qualifying session and a 25 lap race. So it should be fun.
I think it was.
Oh yeah, 20, sorry. How do I find out my sound again?
Yeah, I've got that same issue.
It's a bit loud, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm
oh
just
no,
going
it's calmed down for me now.
Ah, has it calmed down? Alright.
Yep.
I'll just have a look to see as well. Yeah, mine has calmed down. Just have to wait a little bit for it to do so.
So I know you don't know many of the drivers and their skills with GT Sport in general, but I would say the people we need to keep an eye on most is Jamie and Sterling, two main ones.
Sort ERT Berlin. I'm sorry if I said that completely wrong, but setting the pace in practice, and I know it's just practice. However, he could be setting the pace here. So we just have to wait and see. Obviously, I'm just going to go on board with him. Sterling's going to be the first one though to start an actual lap when it happens.
I'll ride on board with him in cockpit cam. Actually, no, not cockpit, but yeah.
I use roof cam usually for this sort of thing. Much better.
They're all out in single file, so at least there's no faffing for position at the moment.
Yeah, so obviously welcome everyone to the stream tonight. Me and Cam will be your commentators for this evening session. Obviously, I mean there's no other commentators around, so it will have to be us.
Oh, Sterling's gone off.
Oh, yep, I've seen
He's
that as
round.
Well.
So Berlin will be the first driver to set their flying lap. Obviously, this is the first PSGL GT official standings race that we've had in a long time, in my opinion, in my knowledge. So everyone's coming into the unknown with how each of us paces and how each of us are going to be aggressive or not aggressive during the race. So it's kind of a dive into the unknown today, which I think it's quite good, because I believe the fact that they're into the unknown and we're into the unknown as well, Sam, it kind of brings out that little bit of potential for a very good race.
Yeah, I'm assuming it will be a very good race. There's a couple of people who I looked in practice very quick around this track, and also Ian Simcox has said evening, gents, so obviously hello to what you said as well. Also on Twitter as well about these guys being aliens, and it kind of scares me because I feel like they are going to be well quick around this track, so we'll just have to wait and see.
I mean, that's the hope. We just want very close racing. That would be the best scenario.
Look at Bellin on his lap there, using all the track available, and like I said, he's definitely one to watch because he looks very quick around this track, and using all that track available early into the corner, doing very well, and using probably the best line possible through here. Tricky long right-hander. It's going to be difficult into the last few corners now of this Spanish circuit. It's going to be kind of difficult for some people because those sausage curbs, you get too much of them, it could definitely either trigger a spin or a little bit of wheel spin just in general, but
he'll set a lap time of a 1:46 flat to set the benchmark.
Crafton is not able to beat that. Zenki, what about him? He's quite far off the pace. Will goes ahead of him. CRG Gamer's going to be the next man across the line. What's he going to get?
P3.
Yeah, 1:46.8.
Flying throne.
No one's beaten Bellin just yet. Everyone's putting times in. It's quite difficult to keep
Now
up.
watch out for Sterling.
Nowhere near at the moment. The last person across the line, I think, is Nielsen. I can't say that. Niels 22NL. I completely got that fluffed up massively, but like I said about Bellin in practice, he's already setting the pace early on. 3/10 ahead of Krypton Ait in second place. 2 Belgian drivers as well, so we'll set a Belgian front row at the moment. We still have 10 minutes remaining off this session if you look obviously to your right hand side towards the bottom corner, so obviously drivers will be looking to set the best lap they can.
And interestingly, already after their first flying laps, the top 3 are already covered by 0.5 of a second, so it's not the biggest spread, but we know that in GT Sport the gaps are a lot harder to, because you don't have, the slipstream's not as powerful in GT Sport as it is on like sort of Formula 1 or project cars, so it's quite tricky to overtake unless you get a much better run out of corners than the drivers in front of you.
Yeah, but also because the laps are slower, longer, I shouldn't say slower, the laps are longer around here, it's more likely there's going to be bigger gaps. Say if the lap was like 1:20, the gaps would be probably much closer, but because it's like 1:40, that's the reason why the gaps may be a little bit big. However, obviously you're going to expect that from laps, especially in these cars. Not everyone can be very close, like in F1, and obviously the F1 game in general. And like you said, the slipstream tool in, well, just slipstream in general in this game is not as much. I should really say tool is not really a tool, but
well, no. Something that's interesting to note though, I'm not sure whether it's part of the rules within the league, because I'm not fully aware of it, but you've got a, oh wow, the sound's gone really loud again. I think it's as they're coming out the pits that the sound goes really loud, but just to note, all of these drivers so far that I'm aware of has set their laps on hard compound tyres and 100 laps, 100% of fuel. So if they can keep going, I know that these tires are really durable, so if they can keep going, doing outlap after outlap after outlap,
yeah, well,
not necessarily an outlap, but a cool down lap, then if they can get their fuel to about 30%, then they're going to have a lot more pace than the drivers on. Yes, okay, they'll have fresh tyres if they've just come out the pits and they go straight for their lap, but the 100% of fuel has a massive toll on these Group 3 cars.
Yeah, Big C asks, where's my boy Toby? So, Toby GTS, well, he's the only Toby in here. Unfortunately, he's at the back at the moment. 7 seconds off the pace at 12th was probably not the best lap he could do. I'm pretty sure he can make probably a better lap than that. Doesn't want to be 7 seconds off the pace. However, he's going pretty well at the moment, so he obviously probably made a mistake through the lap. There you go, Big C. There's how Toby is doing at the moment. Who's coming towards the end of the lap? Someone's just
I'm not
finished.
too sure who's on a lap and who's not on a lap. I know Sector 3 is really conjunct with, you got ILRT, Jamie and VQS Will really close together. You've got Gamer coming into the pits. Jamie about to start a lap or finish a lap, I believe. We'll go on board with him. 1:46.4. That's a very respectable lap. Still 4/10 off the pace of Berlin though, so he's got some ground to catch up.
One thing this doesn't have, which is annoying for me, is they don't have deltas. I'd love to see a delta here. It'd be very helpful to know if a driver's improving or not. It's, like, just through
there is sector deltas. If you go on board with them, if they come to the end of the sector, it will give you a delta up top.
Alright, I'll just have a look, because I haven't really spent too much of a lap with people. However, I'll just see here, because they're now coming up to the end of the first sector.
I know Berlin's up on his previous time.
Okay, yes, you are correct. Sparks is, at the moment, who's in 5th place. What I'm on board with is actually got gone purple in sector 1.
Do you know what the time difference was?
It was less than a tenth. I definitely know that. I think it was 0.62.
Because I do know that Berlin was up by 0.07 something. So it's very close between Sparks and Berlin at the moment.
let's have a look to see how he does going through to the end into sector 3 in a minute. Is he up or down? Oh, he's a little bit shaky through there. Got through it, the corner
Coming through
well.
the final 2 corners, they're actually quite a bit of a challenge because these Group 3 cars bounce a lot over these curves. As he comes around the last corner, will he beat his personal best and how much by? He's going to set a 1:45.8, so he improved by 2 tenths, which is a massive upgrade from what his previous time was.
Into the 1:45 Sparks. It's going to be unlikely. He'll need a good sector 3 if he's to move up a position to 5th place.
Jamie's
coming around the final corner.
He's going to set a... Oh, he improved, but not enough. Just a note that I believe VQS Will actually went P2 during that whole time we were spectating the other guy, so good luck from him. I suspect that all of these drivers will either be just coming out for clean air or going into the pits for fresh tyres and top up of fuel, because we only have 5 minutes left of the session and we know that it's quite a hefty lap time around here to get in, out and do a fastest lap.
Nielsen right now, who's at the back of the grid. 3-second difference between him and 12th place Zenki. So let's see if he can finish this lap off well. Actually, he's a terrible lap there. It's probably poor for me there, if I'm honest. Didn't check the time at the top. Zenki, I think he's just about missed the barrier, but he's got a lot of
wheels into the gravel,
and he's gone as well. So poor for Zenki. Needs to make sure that that doesn't happen in the race, obviously.
A good thing to note though is, well, 2 good things to note, or important things to note. It's not necessarily good for the drivers, but it is kind of good for the pace of the race because it slows it down a little bit, is the fact that the GT Sport penalties are massively strict, and there's no way you're going to be able to get it removed after the end of the race either, because it forces you to slow down at some point.
Yeah, so in some sense, penalties probably going to be given out, and whether you like it or not, in some sense, these penalties you'll just have to deal with. Because obviously, it's very difficult for the admin team or the stewards or just whoever in general on this game to really calculate where a driver should finish after penalties, because you don't get time added on. You just have to slow down for a certain period of time, a certain period of the track as well. As Toby's struggling there. To find a corner, he's coming into the pits anyway, probably to he's hit the wall. It doesn't matter though, because the game puts you in the pits automatically anyway.
Jamie's just started his lap coming through sector 1 now. He has a lot of wheel spin through turn 1 and 2 because he took a bit more curb than you'd traditionally take through there, so you're going to want to stay off them curbs because they are brutal with these Group 3 cars, because the ride height on these Group 3 cars are actually quite low compared to, say, Group 4 or even Group 2. So you're gonna need to stay off those curves, otherwise it will spit you straight into either a gravel trap or a wall, and you're just gonna be a few seconds back, which is very hard to gain if you don't have the pace around here.
Yeah. A little bit of a gap with the CLG gamer I'm watching. He's got a tiny gap between the person behind him, Francis, and the person in front of him, Sparks.
He's down on 3 attempts at the moment though, so it's not the best lap. I wonder if he has time to come into the pits, I believe, but it'll be very close.
He's got 2 minutes to get round this track. I believe you can set an extra lap afterwards. I don't think there's any issues with that. However, Sparks...
As long as you make it past the finish line in time, as Gamer's going to come into the pits and attempt to get in and out with enough time to set a fastest lap.
Sparks is on an out lap. Jamie, I think he was down quite convincingly. So
yeah, he was.
This is going to be a legitimate lap. Where's Will right now? He's coming
Will's
through the
about
section.
to start his lap, but Berlin's coming through sector 1. He actually rides them curves nicely compared to other drivers, because you see he doesn't have enough as much wheel spin as the likes of Jamie or Gamer had on his laps, and he's going to come through the first sector. It'll be interesting to see if he's up or if he's down. He's currently up by 0.084, so these guys behind him, like his nearest rival Will, has over 3 tenths and potentially 4 tenths to gain if he wants to get pole.
Someone who's on a lap right now is Niels. However, he's 3 seconds off the next car ahead. and he's sector 1 and sector 2. He's over a second and a half up, I believe, but he's not going too strongly through those chicanes. Then let's see what lap time he can do. He's kind of got a little heavy on the exit there. Let's see what time he's going to get.
Ooh, interestingly though, Krypton is currently purple through sector 2.
Wow.
I didn't quite catch Berlin's, but Krypton he's currently in P3, coming through the last few chicanes now. He needs to make sure he stays off these curves, otherwise it's going to ruin his final sector. If he can get a nice smooth run through here, it could be a fight for pole.
There we go, he's done that just like you said he should, Cam. And what is his final corner going to be? He's used the track perfectly there, so he should be on.
It'll be a 1:45.9. It's not pole position, but Berlin's coming to the end of his lap now. He's currently purple. He goes even quicker, 2 tenths ahead of Krypton. So that's a very mighty lap. Will's had to bail out of his lap. Jamie's coming to the end of a lap, but I don't think he'll be competitive enough looking at his time at the moment. Sparks coming to the end of his lap as well.
It's a final lap for these drivers now, and you said about Jamie, he's 2 tenths up, so he's up to 4th. Sparks is very close there, I think, for getting it. Look at that, 0.012 there between him and Jamie. That is very close indeed.
Interestingly though, he did just make, as you were just saying, Gamer did just make the finish line to start his final lap. So he will have 1 minute 40 seconds to make the lap, so he should comfortably do it. He's currently up by 0.05, so he won't actually get in a position. He needs to gain another 2 tenths if he wants to get ahead of Sparks. We've got Francis coming to the end of his lap too. A bit of wheel spin out of that corner. He's going to come in. He's going to actually take them corners really nice. He gets a bit onto the sausage curb. He's going to take the extend of the track quite nicely. He's going to come across the line, and where will this put him? It will put him P3, so a good lap from Francis.
Who's the other one crossing the line?
I believe everyone else is... Oh, Zenki goes P12, but all eyes on CRG Gamer now.
He's 9 thousandths up. I've been watching his lap through and through, and he needs a good set to 3 here, especially if he wants to challenge 6th place.
He didn't take
even
it.
5th place as well.
Yeah, he didn't take enough curb on the inside of that fast left-hander. He's going to need to hook up a nice run through here. He takes a bit close to the curb, but it works well for him. He's going to need... he's a bit wide on that. That's a good run through the penultimate corner. Now through the wide the last corner, he's going to track extend. Well, not at all, but what will it put him? He goes P7, so he improves, but not by enough. So this is your result after qualifying. Oh, no, it's not going to let me. Apologies, but it will not let me. Well then. I'm not too sure whether there's a formation. Oh, yeah. So pole position is Berlin, P2 is Krypton, P3 Francis, P4 Will, and that's all it's gonna let me through. Wow. Okay, so
well, we should roughly know who the people we're looking for, and obviously this is the first ever PSGL GT Sport League, if I'm just correct here.
They're revving their engines, and it's lights out and away we go. We've got Francis, who has a really good start in P3. I believe Francis is actually... No, he's almost 4 wide there. You've got Krypton in the lead. You've got Francis in P2. Berlin's had a terrible start from P1 to P3.
Francis, look at Francis around the outside there. Oh my word, what a move from Francis.
It's not letting me change camera angle, but you know, we're going to have to live with it. Francis into P1. Krypton on the inside though. Look at Will on the outside. Nope, Will's on the inside. I need to change camera angle, but it will not let me. Great one game. But a good start from Francis. So look, Will's into P2 now ahead of Krypton, who's being actually fought by Jamie at the moment around the outside. Will he get the move? This will be a tremendous move if he manages to stick it. No, he doesn't. He's actually now forced to be on the defensive. Oh, no. No, he didn't make it. I apologise. But look at this. Berlin's already suffering through the highest penalties of GT Sport, and he's already got a 1.9 second penalty to face with. I believe he'll have a lap to do that, otherwise he will be forced to do it manually anyway. Are you going to let me change? No?
Still not gonna let me change. If anyone in the chat can help us, we're kind of novice to spectator mode. It's not let us change camera angle at the moment. Not completely sure why.
It's not the best camera angle to have on that one. Interestingly though, there is a massive gap to CRG Gamer and Neil's. Yeah, Neil. So they've had a bit of tangling in that one. We've got Francis who runs really wide though. Will's going to capitalise on that and take the lead of the race. Francis is going to slot into the slipstream though, but as we said earlier, there's not much of a slipstream. But look at this, look at Berlin. Berlin's all over the back of them. Is he going to dive? But look.
Oh, who's got the penalty there? Someone has
that
the
is
penalty.
Berlin. Berlin has the penalty. But look at this. Will Berlin ran the outside of Francis. Will Francis lose 2 positions in the space of 1 straight? They're going to brave it round the outside. I can't change camera angle though. And I believe Francis got it, but look at Berlin up the inside yet again. He'll have the inside for the corner, but look at the back as well. I believe Jamie's attacking Krypton. Will Berlin get the move done? Yes, he will. Jamie's got the move done on Krypton. But Sterling's going to try and have a move on Krypton as well, I believe. Will he go for the dive? No, he won't. No, he will. Sterling's alongside Krypton as well. As Toby gets pushed off the track by, yeah, don't know what his name is, Belvica. Yep, so he gets pushed off the track by Belvica onto the gravel. Doesn't lose too much time, but I believe it is a mandatory pit stop as well.
Oh, Francis!
Oh, he's off,
Francis.
He's off. He's collected Krypton as well.
Oh, dear.
Huge crash by them two. I believe he just lost the back end around that really tricky right-hander. But look at this, Berlin's actually managing his penalty well. He's got 1.6 seconds.
Toby up the inside. Oh, Toby's round, I think.
No, Toby saved it. That's a great save by Toby. CRG Gamer's actually brought himself back into it. But look at this. Belvica's under pressure now as Krypton goes right round the outside of him. Belvica's out. Belvica's is off the track through the escape road. This will open up to look at Francis. He's all the way back in P12 now after leading the race at the start of this lap. He's down in P12.
By the way,
he's going to go for the move on Senki. Yep.
To say this, just exit and then put it back on spectator.
Yeah.
Because then you can get the cameras. Yeah,
you didn't miss much actually. That was actually really well because you didn't actually miss any of the action because in the home screen, luckily enough, it stood on board. But Berlin is all over the back of Will at the moment. Jamie is a bit further back. Sterling's actually the man on the move as I just caught him setting the fastest sector.
Sparks right behind him.
Is he going to go around the inside? Is he going to dummy him? No, he's going to have a look around the outside, but he doesn't go for the move just yet. Flying through him has a 1.28, no? Yeah. Oh, this looks mighty. I'm going to assume that Sparks is going to have a good, well, what's left of a toe down this back straight, but also look at this. You've got Berlin and Jamie and Will all line astern, but you've got Sparks all over the back of Sterling at the moment. You'd have to assume that he's going to go for a dive here. No, he's not. He's going to play it safe, actually. I believe that's a bit of a bump there.
Oh, he's right up his gearbox.
He's pushing him around the corners now at the moment.
He's much faster than Sterling. He's just waiting for that opportunity to get him. He might get him on the straight. However, and Sterling's just sliding around the corners.
Yeah.
He's finding a little bit of pressure at the moment.
Sterling gets a little bit leery out of that last corner.
Still doing it as well. Look at this. He's almost pushing him.
He's bump drafting him around the corner though. This is what's a bad thing about this game. You don't hit them, you bump draft them, and it pushes them further ahead of you. He's gonna surely have to go for the move here into turn 1. He'll have the inside line, but Sterling will be able to switch back. Will he be able to switch back? No, Sparks has actually made the move stick, and that was a brilliant and calculated move. But look at this, Berlin's actually got past Will for the lead of the race. I didn't notice this, but Will might get the run on him again though. Is he going to go up the inside? No, because I feel like he knows that Berlin's got a 1.2 second gap penalty, and he's surely going to be able to pounce on that at some point in this race.
Yeah, Will just behind Berlin now, and I believe someone said that Bellin is very rapid. That was Big C who said he's meant to be OP, and right now he's just got past Will, but Will's keeping up with him for now. However, how long will that last?
Ooh, he's actually gonna get a mighty run on him. If he has the balls to do it, he could go for an outside dive or an inside dive, whatever he wants to go for.
Is he gonna go for it?
Ooh, Berlin protects the outside and Will just dives straight up the inside. Thank you very much, and he goes for the open door. But Berlin's back on the inside for the next corner, and that's whoopee-doo. Bob's your uncle. He's back in the lead.
Yeah, that's the switchback for you, and obviously Will went for a big optimistic move there on Bellin there. I felt like he could have just waited till the straight and kept.
Look at Jamie on the back of Will though at the moment. Jamie could have a chance of 3 wide here if he plays his cards right. Jamie sets the fastest. Spark sets the fastest lap of the race. My apologies.
Oh, look at this! Look at this! Absolutely.
Is he going to go around the outside of him? Yes, he is. For some reason, Berlin ghosted, but he's going to go around the outside.
Oh,
he's pushed off. He's pushed off. Look at Sterling. Jamie, sorry, not Sterling. What am I on about? Oh, Jamie fancied the move there. Jamie was almost alongside him, but Will managed to correct it before anything could happen. Oh, just on board on the nose cam, you can visually see how much oversteer you are getting in these cars. But it looks like Jamie's the one attacking Will at this stage of the race. Berlin's actually got his penalty down to 0.8 seconds, and I know on some tracks, I don't know if you're aware or any of the viewers are aware, on some tracks there are designated penalty points where you have to slow down, but luckily for these drivers today, there isn't, so they can just manage their penalties along the race accordingly. Alright, we'll do a little bit of a calculated guess. Who are you saying is going to get the win today then?
Will's got a penalty of 0.4. This is very good news for Jamie.
Yeah.
Catch him again. Who's getting the win? Well, right now Bellin is not giving up his lead at the moment. Will is very close behind him though, and Jamie's backed off for now, but Jamie has shown that he can do something.
I'm going to go into lifetime and see if I can look at their fuel consumption. I can't actually look, unfortunately.
Don't think it has that.
Nope. Oh, Will's actually getting rid of his penalty. Look at Jamie. Jamie's going to get past him.
Oh, is that a good move or a bad move there for...
Berlin's got his penalty down to only a 10th now as well, so it's playing perfectly into Berlin.
He's 6/10 ahead, so he can just simply do that now.
Well, no, because the acceleration on these cars is horrendous. The Group 3 cars, Ferraris are horrendous.
Still 7/10 gap. You should just get rid of it now.
I don't think you can do it in the corners though. You can only do it on long straights, I believe.
So it's only the back straight then, which I think contributes to that then at the end of the day. Jamie just
Sparks is bringing himself into it as well, but look at Will on Jamie.
Will was probably quicker than Jamie, but however they were very close at pace. Jamie, I don't know where he started, but he definitely didn't start P2. I think he started P4 if I'm correct.
It was either P4 or 5, because I believe it was Jamie and Sparks, was it, that were line astern in quali. Will fancy the move there, but the door shut firmly by Jamie. I believe Berlin, the thing is, you say yes, he does have like a 8/10 gap to Jamie.
Oh,
but look at Will. Look at Will. Up the inside of Jamie, and he gets some. No, he doesn't get the move done. Jamie's going to stick it up the inside. Will's going to have to back off. But look at how much Jamie got Larry out of that corner. Will's going to get the move, but look at Sparks and Jamie now. Look at the run Sparks has on Jamie. He's going to get a tremendous run on him. But
Jamie panicked a little bit through those S sections. His car was a little bit all over the place for a little while.
Are they going to go free or press into turn 1? No, I feel like Sparks has turned his engine down a little bit, but is Jamie going to brave it out? Will actually pushes him a little bit wider than normal there. But look at this, look at Berlin's got rid of his penalty. So it's tremendous news for Berlin. He can just focus on and get the hammer down with 2.4 second gap, which is mighty in these Group 3 cars. Oh, look at Krypton. Krypton on Sterling. He's looking for it. Is he going to get the move done? He will get the move done. Brilliant move by Krypton up the inside. Just about caught that as Gamer, I believe, has just been overtaken by Francis.
Battle for second place is just heating up. It won't heat up through here, so let's take a look back, see if there's anything going on. There's a little battle for fifth here. However, Kryptonite is a little bit quicker than Sterling at the moment. Sterling losing pace to Krypton there. I believe you said something about Francis and Gamer.
Yeah.
Francis got rather widely ahead at the moment.
This race could be made or broken in the pit stop phases because we are completely in the... Well, we're completely oblivious to what kind of fuel they have, what kind of tyre wear they have, so for all we know, Jamie's little half spin at that last final corner on the previous lap could have could have damaged his tyres a lot more than, say, the likes of Will and Berlin ahead of him and Sparks and Kryptonite behind him.
Well,
Jamie's getting a tremendous run though into turn 1. Will he go for the move up the inside? No, he won't.
He shafted him there a little bit, and look at where Will's back end a little bit off there. It's a little bit finer now. He's gone a little bit more.
I feel like he's feeling the pressure a bit.
Yeah, Sparks just behind, just waiting for his moment to make the move. Kryptonite as well, closing in on these three battling for second place. This is an almighty battle at the moment for second.
Well, I mean, I would say there's 5 cars that could have the potential to finish second at the end of the race. From Will down to Sterling.
I think Sterling probably not. Look at him, he's 2 seconds behind. He's lost a lot of time to Kryptonite. I feel like Sterling is just not as quick as the guys ahead of him who are battling for second. However, he could be just waiting for his moment just to catch people by surprise, but he's losing quite a lot of time to the people behind.
Well, look at Sparks on Jamie. He's a bit of a lone wolf at the moment.
He's not really a good move here.
Race-wise.
Closed, but Sparks was never going to make the move there. Was it close enough? And like F1, it's very difficult to dive bomb.
Yeah.
Obviously, these guys are racing technically no line as well. Because well, you've got line there. However, you don't have your braking points, and these guys obviously don't need it because obviously they've played this game.
The amount of hours we're put into this track would have, well, if you don't practice for a track and you've never driven a track before, purely due to the race line not being there, you're never going to be leading pace. And we can clearly see how the likes of Berlin and these, well, the top 6. Oh, actually, Sterling's into the pits. I didn't notice that, but Sterling's into the pits for his first pit stop.
It'll be interesting. Says he's got like 49. Is that 49 laps of fuel or something? No, that's litres. That's got to be litres.
That's percentage.
Percentage is it? Ah, it's in rate of percentage. Damn, that's confusing. I would rather have it more in...
Oh, actually, he was on 79%, wasn't he? So it'd be interesting to see if he can actually go to the end on this fuel load.
Well, let's see how this battle for second place is going. It's still going on. Jamie just behind the red and white Ferrari of Will in front. Obviously, these all are Ferraris, so I don't know why I'm saying the red and white Ferrari.
I don't... quick question. I don't know whether you'll know the answer to this. Is the undercut any good on GTS? Because I know that you're going to have fresh tyres, but the amount of fuel that you'll have on board is immense compared to tyre wear that they have. So I feel like an overcut might be better. I'm not too sure.
I don't know how much fuel affects time. It should affect it a lot. Will sliding around that corner a little bit. He's still doing fine in second place, though 3 tenths ahead of Jamie. No one's really...
Oh, look at Sparks.
Yep,
Sparks was all over him.
Kryptonite as well, closing in a little bit. A little bit of gaps behind though. Sterling is battling with flying for him. However, Sterling should be able to get away since he was further up the grid and he has made a pit
Berlin
stop.
pits and who else put Krypton pits?
Will. That'd be
Will Pitt,
who's
not Berlin. Sorry, Will and Krypton Pitt.
Krypton. Yeah.
Now we got to look out for the undercut from Sterling here.
Let's see what happens here. Where is Sterling? He's come around the final corner now. Everyone's still in the pit still. He's actually passed them all, I think.
No.
From Will? No, Will's got out in front of him, and I think Krypton has as well. So that's really confusing because they went right
Sterling's got
down
ahead of Krypton. There's a glitch with this game where, well, it's the mechanic of this game. They don't actually drive to the end of the pit lane, they teleport to the end of the pit lane. That
must be very awkward for, I guess, Sterling, seeing his name go up to 5th place and then realising he hasn't made up time. He's down to 7th again. Will is down to 4th, however, obviously the other 3 have still yet to pit. Bellin now 3 seconds ahead of Jamie, so he's running away with it at the moment. However, still yet to make a stop. Same with Jamie and Sparks, of course, the top 3. Will at the moment should be able to come out in 2nd. However, sometimes the first lap can be slower than expected. So just be aware.
Keep an eye on Berlin, Jamie, and Sparks because I assume they'll be coming into the pits.
I don't know if Kevin, Gil, and Big C are talking about me or you, but one of us keeps chewing our mic, and I don't think that's me.
I mean, I'm not chewing the mic.
Because I do problems quite often, and I've never been called out for something like this.
Neither have I, so it's new for both of us.
So, I don't know, but it's just been said the mic's been fixed, so whoever's it was, obviously apologies about...
Yep, sorry for that.
It's not a regular occurrence.
All 3 of the top 3 pit. And Jack, wow, for a moment, Jamie's in the lead.
For the moment, yeah.
No, Jamie is in the lead.
No. He's in the lead, he hasn't pitted yet.
Oh,
he hasn't pitted.
I got really confused then. It's Sterling that pit. Right, the IRT guys are getting me messed up. Right, okay, go. I'm gonna get sacked for this.
Yeah.
I believe that might be everybody in the pits now, so apart from Jamie, obviously, as you just said.
Possibly. No, Belvika's coming to the pits rather aggressively.
Actually, Jamie might have suffered massively here because it's only a 7-second gap to. Oh, right, actually. It's a 7-second gap between Jamie and Berlin, but the one I'm most interested in is the 1.9-second gap between Will and Berlin. Will and Berlin, sorry. Will and Berlin. Yeah, he's massively closing.
Will either has less fuel on his car. I believe they're at the same time. He's either got less fuel.
I'm not too sure because he is gaining quite quickly compared to Berlin's previous pace on the other compound tyres.
I don't know if Berlin's just. I don't know if there's fuel mixes. Like I said, I'm quite novice.
There are fuel mixes. It's a power mix. So you've got 1 to 5, and 1's the quickest, 5's the slowest. So it depends on whether you're saving fuel or not.
I'm wondering if he's doing that then, Bellin at the moment, because he knows he's got a pretty convincing gap. And
well,
this
not anymore.
Not exactly. Well, he still does, but this isn't exactly the easiest track to overtake as well. Jamie does pit. It's going to be interesting to see where he comes out. Should be ahead of Sparks, however, Sparks may have gotten ahead of him.
Oh, actually, no. Francis, he's dropping down. I don't know what's happening. Sparks is going to get ahead of him. Sparks has performed the overcut on Jeremy, so Sparks is up into the podium position. I believe there's a podium in GT Sport. I'm not too sure.
Well, top 3 is a podium, Cam, so that is correct. There's probably not a cutscene, is what you were meant to say.
Yes, there you go. Yes.
And Will is still setting the pace right now. Just gone purple in sector 1. 1.4 seconds off Bellin right now. Bellin just ahead of Will. They're close between them.
The closest battle on the track is probably Jamie and Sparks, apart from anyone else below. Oh, actually, Toby's been pushed off by Zenki. Back down in P11 and P12 fighting for that. They're a bit aggressive fighting for P12 and 13, but you know.
You'd rather have a battle than rather be at the back stuck with no one around you, so...
Yep.
you probably fight not to be the back marker. Of course, you just don't want to really say those words to the person sitting at the back of the grid. However, there's probably going to be a depth of people who maybe play this game quite a lot, such as Bellin and Will, who maybe have their esports team names, so such as ERT, BQS. Which
I'm not too aware of them too. Are they GT Sport?
They must be GT Sport ones. That's what I'm assuming, because I've never seen anyone with ERT.
Same with Sparks, with TX3 as well.
I got a bit mixed up. I thought that was a different Sparks, but it's actually not. So I got a little bit mixed up.
Well, I mean, just let us know in the comments, because we're pretty much amateurs to the GT Sport world. So just let us know if they are actually GT leagues or not.
It don't really matter if something's
I want to know.
too big to worry about upon them. However, Bellin has he's actually fixed it. Well, not fixed his time. I wouldn't say that, but he's starting to gain again on Will. He's now up to 1.8 seconds. So, like I said, I'm just wondering if he was just saving a little bit of fuel.
Well, it's nothing as mighty as what he had like the lap before the pit stop. So he had a 3-second lead, didn't he?
Yeah, he did have a 3-second lead. However, I think Will did set the pace that when he made his pits after. He was quite quick after that. Like he said, he set the fastest lap until Bellin has reset it. Yeah.
Oh, they're actually coming up to lap Neil.
Neil's been well off the pace, unfortunately, in this race. Whether this is just
he's well off the pace, but still in the race.
He's just enjoying his time, just going around the circuit. He's not been particularly slow though. You look at him taking the line. He's just, in my opinion, he's just not as quick as lads in front of him. Unfortunately, and he's not using all that track space either. He could definitely use a little bit more there. You see how the leaders are using onto the AstroTurf there and just taking it all in and basically using all the track available. That's where they're finding all that time, in these corners where they're using all the track available. However, there's a gap between Sparks and Jamie closing in right now. I don't know if that stayed similar, but
Sterling and Krypton.
It's quite close.
Kryptonite. No, Francis and Kryptonite actually. Francis is going for the move up the inside. Is he going to get the move done? No, he's not. What did I say?
Got the better exit though, Francis has. If he's going to make the move, he's down out the side. But we saw it obviously on lap 1. We saw an absolutely amazing move from Francis on lap 1.
He's going to go around the outside of this corner. I'm not too sure at the moment.
It's going to be a close one. They're going to go side by side through here. He has been able to maintain.
He's going to have the better line for the next corner. He's going to have the inside line, and he's going to get the move done in the Luigi and Mario sponsored cars.
If I'm going to be honest with you, I really like that livery. That looks
it is amazing, to be fair.
That livery looks absolutely stunning. I love it.
Is Sterling going to get the run on him down through this next straight?
If I'm honest with you,
Francis clips the grass.
All these liveries look absolutely amazing. I do love these liveries and what you can do with them. It's so creative on this game, and all of them have got very interesting and awesome liveries. If you look back at Toby's there as well, Toby's looks rather unique.
Toby's is very unique, I would say, more than anything.
I would say it's very unique, but it's rather different with the stripes. It's very.
Oh, he's actually going to go for the move on Zenki here. They're swerving a lot.
They're swerving a lot.
That is a lot of swerving by Zenki in the anime sponsored car.
Oh, he's gone down the inside though. He's still challenging him, Toby.
He's going to push Zenki wide through pressure. Is he going to do a Francis and get the move done for... Ooh, Zenki's round.
Zenki's gone. Oh, Toby's gone as well.
Toby's round as well. Look at Neil.
Zenki's
Neil going to get him.
Zenki's got a 7-second penalty. Well, 8-second penalty. He's lost 1/10 of it already.
Neil goes up a position into P12. What a move by Neil.
Let's not be rude now, shall we?
No, I'm not being rude. He's actually, him sticking in it. People are making mistakes, and he's actually going to be able to be promoted up into positions.
I don't know if Zenki's done that intentionally or something, but he's gone off
I
the
don't
track.
believe. He might be waiting. He's got a massive penalty.
Yeah, it is a massive penalty. You're right. That's probably why he has stopped.
Well, he might be waiting to let Toby pass actually for respect.
I think he knows that unfortunately Toby deserved to make the move, and now he's at the back of the grid.
Interestingly though, if someone leaves or retires, Neil could be on point.
Oh, is he off again?
He saved it this time though. He's into
Toby's
the gravel
struggling.
though.
He saved it
Look
again.
at Zenki. They're side by side. And he gets the move done. Oh, Zenki's gone well wide. He's got the escape road. Toby's going to keep that ball. Is he going to keep the position? Yes, he'll easily keep the position. No, I won't being sarcastic or rude. Neil might actually get points if something happens in front of him.
Anyway, CRG Gamer is fighting with Sterling right now, and
yep, just on board with him. Sterling gets massively over them curbs.
He's got way too deep into that corner. It's kind of ruined the
Game is going to have the run here.
Yes.
Will he be able to slot his car up the inside? No, Sterling's going to block that off.
There's a little bit of gap from the leaders between these two, but look at this on the straight. These two are definitely going to Gamer is going to fancy himself against Sterling here. He knows he's probably got a little bit more momentum than Sterling.
He's going to go for it.
He's down the outside. He's not going to get the move just yet. He's going to take a little bit more curve there to try and get a better exit, which is what he's kind of got here.
Sterling's got a lot of wheel spin through that corner, but so is Gamer.
Look at it.
He's going to go round the outside. Well. He's going to go for it. Will he try and do what Francis going to bear it round the outside?
He's broke later. Look at this. Look how close it is.
Careful to the front wheel of Sterling.
Oh, Sterling! Oh.
Just what I said. Just what I was talking about. Needs to be careful of, because I know that the front wheel on these cars are very prone to causing spins or even spinning you out.
Closest battle here for seventh
Have to admit,
place.
fair play for that move though by Gamer. That was a really neat move from him.
He's doing very well at the moment, Gamer, making that move there. Sterling's been a little bit funny in this race, if I'm honest. He looked pretty promising in qualifying, and he's down in 8th. He's fighting for 7th right now, but it does look like CRG Gamer is faster than Sterling. So that's rather interesting. But
we might have a bit more fuel on board, or we did. Oh no, we did. Was Sterling the one that pit first, or was it?
I think it was.
Yeah, because I remember where that I pointed out he only has 74% of fuel and he might not make it to the end. He might have whacked his power into 5 to conserve fuel.
It's not only that, his car is a little bit all over the place in certain corners, if you notice that.
I'll ride on board with him for a lap actually.
His car through the corners, especially through the chicane just there, he was a bit dodgy. And look at CRG Gamer going well wide through there, just ahead. And do you see what I mean about Sterling? He seems to almost lose the car.
He's got a lot of snap on his car. A lot of oversteer, because he can turn into the oversteer, but his car will snap massively on him, and he's doing well to keep it on track, to be honest. What I would say though, in purely this league, throughout the season, you're gonna be able to visually see the drivers that use pad and the drivers that use wheel.
Jamie, no, not Jamie. Sparks has lost it.
Oh, Sparks he's lost it. He's gonna lose out to Francis as well. He might lose out to Francis. He's gonna lose out to Francis. But will he keep it on track to stay ahead of
Francis has
Gamer?
easily got him.
Sparks.
Gamer, I think he's kept ahead of.
Well, something's happened to Sterling.
Sterling, I think he's just lost the car a little bit.
He may have gone off because he was ghosted.
He's getting a lot of oversteer on this setup. I'm sure it's a custom setup, but he's getting a lot of oversteer. It's not helping him.
Yeah. No, he's round. He's just caught that, to be fair to him. He's lucky he didn't go all the way around. But look at the Flying Throne now. Flying Throne is going to be fancying his chances.
Will's trying to, all he can to catch up with Bellin, but Bellin's just much quicker.
I think Bellin's got it in the bag here. Jamie's dropped back as well, so he's quite spread out at the moment.
no real battles going on at the moment. We could
I'm
do with
interested to
it
see what kind of pace Flying Throne has, because we haven't actually been on board with him at all this race, so we'll have a look at what kind of pace he can get on
Toby's
Sterling.
struggling. Toby is struggling a
He's in
lot
the
at the
gravel.
moment, down in 11th. It's kind of just him and Zenki kind of doing similar things. They just go around the corners at the moment. However, let's
Toby's
just
actually
see.
stopped. Frome's actually rapidly catching Sterling here, so Frome could be on for a P8 finish. After what has been a very quiet race for him so far.
We haven't seen much of Flying Throne.
Oh, actually, I do like Frome's livery. Just noticed that.
It's just us liking the driver's livery.
Well, to be fair, it looks really nice in the off-board camera.
Sterling's just... the problem with Sterling, I think, in this race is just his setup. I feel like he's just
Oh,
getting
look
a lot
again,
of
he's got
oversteer.
Larry again.
You're just seeing in front of Flying Throne. Flying Throne's just getting much
Yeah, you
into
can just
exits.
tell. He's gonna
Sterling's
get
just
him on this straight, I believe.
Yeah, he's much faster than Sterling. I don't know what's happened to
Sterling
Sterling
needs to be
here.
careful not to lose it and go straight into the side of Frome. And that's just what I said. He's lost it. That's exactly what I said.
Yeah, Sterling's just
You're welcome,
not had the
people.
race.
Oh no, but the closest battle is actually Jamie is actually catching up to Will.
He's catching to Will as well, indeed. Will, not worrying for it. We're on the penultimate lap. We've just realised.
Oh wow, I didn't realise that.
That's gone quite quickly. I'm telling you that. Gone really quickly, actually. But
this
now
is
we're
about
gonna
to
go on
watch though,
to
Jamie and Will. Jamie's actually setting a fastest first sector of the race.
Yeah, so Jamie's on the hunt, as it looks like.
Jamie's on the move.
He's on the hunt for Will. He's not really on the move. I'd say it's more the hunt now to salvage that position, that P2 from Will, to get as many points as he possibly can.
He looks like he's got a lot more pace at this stage of the race. Definitely. So he's going to be a last lap lunge for Jamie in order to take the second spot in podium. Just an interesting one. I'm going to be getting the top 3 into the party.
You never told me this. You could have told me this before the stream. But...
Well, I've told you now.
You've told me, you let me know now. So this is going to be fun. We're now going to have interviews with people.
It's an extra little touch.
Well, let's see how Jamie's going to do. He's closing in on Will and hasn't really bothered Will too much. Will's looked comfortable for that second place midway through the race. He looked quite comfortable ahead of Jamie.
Jamie's going to get the run on him here.
Who's got the better exit here? Looks like it's going to be Will for now. However, Slipstream
It's
I don't think
unrealistic.
he's too much effective. Let's see, he's closing, though Jamie is.
Is he going to go for the lunge? He needs to go for the lunge, if anything, because he's only got one lap to do
have to do it around the outside.
You keep seeing people try that, but it's really hard to do it. Ooh, Will looks a bit all over the place.
He's feeling a lot of pressure now on
Final
the final
lap of the
lap.
race.
We've not seen Bellin for a while. Bellin's just literally gradually got away, but this battle for second is going to go right to the wire, I think, towards the next hairpin, towards the back. I don't think it'll go through the chicane.
Is he going to go at the inside here? Ooh, Will did a bit of a swerve there.
It's close between these two. No other battles really going on in the track. Second gap between 5th and 6th, so there's not really a battle for 6th. It's quite hard to really tell how close people are until you go on board with.
This is going to be Jamie's last chance, and he looks a bit too far back.
Let's have a look then. Is he going to send it? He's broke a little bit later, however, it doesn't look like he's going to get it. We'll have to see him try and force a mistake now for Will, and it looks like he's starting to get that. Will's back end a little bit.
Is he going to go for a move in this last sector? No.
Have a look then.
Well, I'm going to ride on board with Berlin now as he comes round through the last corner. It's been, well, what you say, a dominant drive to say the least. Comes round the last corner to take victory in Spain, to take the first victory of PSGL GT Sport.
Did you not get the job?
Then I didn't get told I'm doing this.
Him and Francis.
You messed up.
Probably
Come on. Go.
Sparks then with.
No.
It's been quite a quiet race for him, despite that very
Solid
small battle with
points.
Sterling. Finishes 8th place then for flying from Sterling, who's actually gone. He's so far back to flying from. He's actually closer to 10th place than he was to flying from at the end. So Sterling lost a ton of time in the end there, so he'll come home 9th. Then after that it will be Belvico who will be the final finisher of today's race, as the others obviously have been lapped and have decided to obviously finish a lap, have to finish a lap early. However, Belvico then come through the final corner and is going to finish what has been quite a quiet race for him as well.
Oh, setups are fixed actually, so press the options button and put display race info on. Yeah, okay. Cool. I think I had that on anyway, but alright. So, well, Berlin takes the victory. With Will in second and Jamie, no? Yes, it was Jamie in third, wasn't it? Alright, well, I'll invite the top three.
Yeah, right. There's a lot of people asking to follow at people on Twitter.
Why?
And CRG Gamer, we have the best fans here.
Yeah, that's
something
quality.
I do like.
Oh, you know what? No, we're not gonna do the interviews because I can't be bothered, and I can't sort it out. Huh?
9:15, Cam.
No.
There is a sprint race in about 10 minutes.
Alright, well, anyway, we'll wrap it up there. Yeah. Wait, we're doing the sprint race now? Are we? Is it now? Oh,
yeah,
wow.
I think you may have missed it. I think it was Francis who told me there's a sprint race.
Oh, I didn't know that, Francis. Cheers, mate. Cool. That's actually quite cool. Well, that's interesting.
It's only 7.
Yeah.
I think it's quite a sprint race. Also, is there like some sort of reverse grid sort of thing, something like that?
I'm not too sure. There might. No, actually, no, because if you look on the side, it's actually been wiped.
Well, I think it's just there's no qualifying, so.
The grid is reversed.
Changed to reverse grid.
Yep, that's actually really interesting.
So we do have one more race, Cam, and before that, we'll obviously, in my opinion, we want to obviously talk about the last race. How was it for you, that race?
It's quite quiet. Like, the start was really interesting, but towards the end it kind of just settled down and people began to get into their positions and just stayed in it, to be honest. So it's one of them, but I feel like the sprint with F2 was really good for the first 7 laps, but I feel like the sprint race is going to be even better because you got the fast people working their way through against the slower people, and you know how hard it is to overtake here, so could have a surprise winner.
It's also only 7 laps as well, so it's much quicker as well. The race will be done much sooner than the race we just had, so a lot of people will basically just go guns blazing and just like take their best shots, and obviously for some who's going to be near the back, I'm not sure who that would be.
The back would be Berlin.
Sorry, no, who will be at the front?
Oh, that is Toby. Toby's at the front.
Yeah, Toby at the front.
I think it's Zenki in P2 as well.
Yeah, so those two will want to get a good start off the line and obviously get the move done. I don't know. Belvico has actually left the room, so Belvico's probably just exactly ignored Francis's words about there being a sprint race at well, in
I mean,
5 minutes. So obviously, stay tuned.
I didn't look at it, but there is the format for the race is in the Discord, so all these drivers should have known it. I'm just here to do my job, so I just go with the flow, to be honest, and just try our best. But the drivers should have been aware of it. Eh?
You're just forgetful Cam. Like,
Oh,
that's
forgetful
gotta be
Cam. Well, no, I'm average Cam. This is average Cam.
I'm usually quite forgetful, so you're not the only one.
So we have a mid-race interval that has just turned into a quick podcast.
Kind of, yeah.
No,
just
but
talk about random stuff.
yeah, it'll be interesting to see if not Jamie, Sterling has a better setup. Well, no, because they're fixed setups. But you wanna know what I think it was? I don't think Sterling changed his tyres in the pits. Because he had the pace at the start of the race, but his oversteer just got worse and worse as the race went on.
Yeah, I don't know what was up with Sterling. I don't know if it was just his aggressive, like style towards like mid-race and furthermore, or it was just the fact his tyres were going quite quickly or something, or he just couldn't find the grip.
Not too sure. Oh, well, Jamie's off into the gravel trap already. That's a good start to the sprint practice. Oh,
Yeah,
Krypton's also next to him.
I'll be back in a second. I'm just gonna quickly just get a drink or something, just something quick.
Well, people, this is a good sight, isn't it? Look at this. This is synchronized crashing. Krypton, Jamie, if you're in the stream, congratulations. You've just probably got a lot of people's screensavers. Zenki is just stopped on the track. So, I mean, I know it's practice, but if this is anything to show us what the sprint race is going to be like, we're in for a bit of a treat. And, oh, no, Krypton's going to move. No, is he not? No. Boys, you're not making my job very easy, yeah? Right, well, we'll just take a momentary breather while I go grab a drink.
Right, no idea if Cam's back. Sorted out myself.
I am back.
That's the stream.
We've just been treated to a bit of a track parade there. We had Jamie doing a few spins.
Yep. And obviously we're now about to get underway.
For the sprint race that apparently some of us weren't aware of. Me.
Alright, so Toby will be on pole, as you said, Zenki in second, and
Neil in third.
We've got to redo the spectate thing. For it to work properly.
Oh yeah.
To it again.
No. Yeah.
My fault.
Because I'm gonna want the start.
Oh, now we've got it back onto it. Yes.
So we've got P1 with Toby, who gets a very solid start from Neil in second. Sterling's already in P3. Flying Throne's in P4. Sterling goes around the outside of Neil to take P2, which is
What does Zenki? Zenki just fell.
well, Flying Throne's already got a penalty. Francis is actually in P3 now. Well, yeah, you've got Neil and Zenki that have actually fell right back instantly. Will's actually a bit wide there. Ooh, Gamer's actually having a look at Zenki, who gets... No, he was actually having a look at Neil, but Zenki seems to have got past both of them, as Neil's actually off track.
Toby's getting caught up by...
Ooh, it's a bit of a dive by Kryptonite.
Watch for Sterling, by the way. He's closing in so much on Toby right now.
If Toby can keep it safe, he could be on for a win here, which would be a massive upset for what we've seen in the first race. Ooh, he's a bit leery though. But look at Francis. He has a penalty, but he's... Oh, I don't know. Everyone's just so close. Oh, Berlin on Zenki. He gets the move done. Nice move by Berlin.
Flying through went almost into the back of Sparks there. Hence why he's lost quite a lot of momentum from him. Zenki already down to 7th place, loses a position to the feature race winner, Bellin, who is trying to get past Flying From. He'll probably get past him on the straight, but look at him, he looks so much more comfortable in that car, looks so much stronger than Flying From, despite Flying From getting a little bit away there.
Ooh, two of the cars at the back actually went onto the gravel. So Will and Zenki, I believe that was.
Yeah, Will only up to 10th
and
place.
Sterling's going to get the move done on Toby by the looks of it. Is Toby going to go off track? No, Toby actually makes it on the track still. Is he going to be able to bear it on the outside? No, so. Sterling's going to take the lead of the Grand Prix. Is it a Grand Prix?
Nah, it's not a Grand Prix. It's more of just a
the
race.
Sprint Prix. Same thing.
I think only F1 and open wheel can really refer to it as a Grand Prix.
I guess it's just a race, isn't it? Yeah, we'll just call it a race.
GT Sport
Sprint race.
What it's officially called.
It's just called PSGL GT. So anyway, back to it. We've got Francis with a 1.9 second penalty who's actually clipped the grass. So that's going to open up to Sparks, who's going to get a tremendous run down this back straight. Is he going to be able to get the move? He looks like he is visually quicker. Oh, hello.
Oh, he's defending the inside line.
He's spun Toby. That's a bit questionable from the lead director himself.
If I'm completely honest with you, I mean, it was kind of a half and half move there. It was poor from Francis. Francis lost a lot of position there, but
he might have damage.
I think that's what he's doing.
Or he's letting Toby pass.
No, he can't have damage. I think he's just letting Toby pass.
Oh, can you not have damage?
Niels has left the run. I wonder if that's because Niels was miles behind a lot of people already. There's a
Sparks
big train at the front.
Up to B2, Berlin, Flying Throne. Flying Throne's actually going to have a run on... no, Jamie's going to have a run on Flying Throne here. He's gonna have the inside line, and he gets it.
Bellin's gone from 12th to 3rd place already, and he's literally hunting down Sparks
in 2 laps as well. We're at the start of the third.
That is incredible.
It shows both pace and patience, because you've seen people trying to get eager, like Francis. You've seen people. Oh, hello, Krypton on the inside of CRG Gamer. CRG Gamer's gonna have the inside line though.
CRG Gamer's got a 2-second penalty to get rid of as well, which is...
Yeah, but look at this, Krypton's being pushed wide a little bit, but Krypton gets the move. That was a tremendous move from the green car.
The green car. was a rather unique name. Belling
I'm not
is
wrong.
closing in on Sparks. Sparks at the moment is kind of closing in on Sterling, but not so much. Just
Oh, hello. Belling's going to go for it. Sparks is wise enough to leave a space. Belling's going to have the inside line, but then it will switch straight back to Sparks, and Sparks is going to be able to keep the position.
very close between the two of them. A look at Kryptonite closing in on Frome. So Flying Frome's actually got quite a little bit of screen time, unlike last time, and he's broke quite early there compared to Kryptonite. Kryptonite breaking.
He's going to go round the outside. No, he's not. He's going to try and just set it up for the main straight.
That could have been a little bit climatic, and obviously leave a talking point.
Oh, look at Gamer. Look at CRG Gamer.
He's got 1.5 second penalty to get rid of, though. That's the unfortunate thing. So I'm assuming he'll back off here.
I wouldn't say he'd back off because he's going to want to get on with it, isn't he? Track position is everything around here.
He's got rid of 3/10 of the penalties, which is good. So I think he can do it like that. So that kind of works. Bellingham right now still in third place. Sparks just a little bit ahead of him. He's getting closer to Sterling.
There is a bit of lag on my screen, I apologise, but they are a lot closer to Sterling at the moment.
It's about not making a mistake, and Sterling's got a similar issue. Again, he's getting quite a lot of oversteer, and he has to like redirect the car a little bit, and he's going quite deep as well, using a lot of space. But however, he's kind of causing Sparks trouble here, and he will continue to. He
is holding up, but Sparks is going to get. Oh, hello.
Sparks.
Yeah, he's off. He's off.
Gone.
Oh, I was suffering a bit of lag on my screen, so I wasn't sure. But yeah, he lost it. He's going to lose. He's lost a lot of space. What's happened?
Oh, and Bellingham's got a 2-second penalty.
They must have collided.
He's got to get rid of him.
He needs to get rid of that as soon as possible.
Probably broke much later than Sterling, has punted him off, probably unintentionally, somewhat. But he's got to get rid of that penalty as soon as possible, otherwise Sterling's got this race in the bag. He's got 1.5 to get rid of at the moment. Jamie is 6 tenths behind, so Jamie is closing in.
Look at Will on Sparks now. Sparks gets very leery out of that last corner. And Will's just going to play himself past him. Oh, Francis on Zenki now. Did I see, yes, look at COG Gamer on Flying Throne. He's going to get the move. And Francis just pulls out. But yeah, that's a great move by CRG Gamer, and he's got his time penalty down to 8 tenths.
Oh, look at Francis. Look at Francis and Zenki side by side.
Ooh, this is going to be he did this sort of move in the previous race on Sterling.
A little bit of wheel banging there for Zenki. Still has the track position at the moment. However, Francis
pulled this move off in the previous race against Sterling. So it's a carbon copy of the move.
Very well.
That was
very well. Outside moves Francis does. He's very good at this.
Whoa. Berlin and Sterling. Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
But look at Jamie. Jamie's tapped him.
Yeah, I've just seen Jamie just right behind. I didn't know where he came from. He's just come from nowhere. I knew he was like 8 tenths behind Bellingham, but he's absolutely caught up. And I think that may have something to do with the fact that.
Are they going to hit? No, they're not going to hit.
Is Sterling much slower than Bellingham, as it looks like?
By the looks of it, yes.
Like, Sterling's braking much earlier than Bellingham, and Bellingham's getting probably a better line as well, and that's probably holding him up a little bit. And it's the pressure that Sterling probably is struggling with at the moment.
And obviously Bellingham's suffering with this penalty, so we need clean air in order to back off. But with Jamie on his rear, he can't do it.
Yeah, and Jamie obviously keeping with him as well. Look at Sterling again.
He's going to get the run on him now. Surely he's going to get the move done. He's going to be forced to go around the outside, but he might even get the move done before we get to turn 1.
Yeah, it's an ILRT sandwich, no more. It does look like Bellingham's going to get
Is he going to do it?
It's going to be close.
Is he going to do it? Jamie's going to, Sterling's going to go up the inside again. Bellingham's going to hold it around the outside, and he should get the move done. Yeah, he cuts him off, so great move by Bellingham.
The two ILRT drivers going.
Will there be any team orders here? I don't believe so, but Jamie's going to want to go up the inside here. He's going to have the line to do it. He's gonna go for it. Yeah, I feel like Sterling kind of was a lot more lenient to Jamie than he was to Berlin, obviously, because esports teammates.
Maybe it doesn't mean they're teammates in this, because look at this Sterling again, but it keeps happening with Sterling. I don't know if that's just the fact that like we maybe getting a little bit of desync from our side, but he seems to be very edgy when getting on the throttle through these corners, and he's kind of he's just kind of almost losing the car through some corners, and he's got to save it.
Oh, we almost lost it there. Carl launched him well right there. See, this is the corner he lost it twice in the previous race, so he needs to be careful in applying the throttle through that corner. Interesting to note though, CRG Game has only got 3 tenths worth of penalty now, so he could lift on the main straight, because he does have a 7-tenth gap to flying from behind. Oh,
Bellin's only got 9 tenths.
Wow, I've only just realised that.
Let's have a look. He's got 9 tenths to slow down and get.
Is he going to lift? I don't think he'll lift. In my opinion, Jamie's way too far behind, close to behind.
It's not this lap though to get rid of 9 tenths. So he's probably going to lose it here. He's probably going to
get rid of 9 tenths or gain 9 tenths. I wonder if he's banking on having the pace in order to gain a 9-tenth gap.
It's now 8 tenths, but that could be the factor then. Cam, potentially he is planning on doing that. Trying to get a gap over Jamie. Jamie's probably going to be wrenching through the corners if he's watching the stream right now and realising that Bellin has these penalties, and Jamie, to win this race, he knows that he's just got to keep with Bellin, and Bellin, though, he has the opportunity probably to lift a little bit more through the corners.
I feel like if he was to lift and coast through that long straight corner, he can get rid of at least 2 tenths of it.
This may be a crucial decider here, and in fact,
actually note that there's a 7-tenth gap between Bellin and Jamie at the moment.
Yeah, Jamie probably not doing well through the last couple of corners, but he's done well here. Sticking with him, it's about 6 tenths between the two of them. Bellin's still got an 8-tenth gap though ahead.
He hasn't managed to get rid of any of it.
I'm sure he'll somehow decide to do it somewhere. I don't know where he's going to do it though, but he has to get rid of that 8 tenths somewhere. Will he
be able to maintain an 8-tenth gap though through these last few corners? Because we know he's had a good exit all night.
He's done pretty well through it. It's just got these
he's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. Jamie got a really bad exit. Berlin's gonna win both the feature, which I'm gonna call it from now on. He's gonna win the feature and the sprint race in the same night. What a move!
Oh, oh wow, he's just gone and got rid of the whole thing, just there across the line.
Fair enough. Fair
he still
play.
Wins by 1 second. Still wins by 1 second. So that's amazing tactics there from Berlin.
Well, congratulations to Berlin and I would say Jamie as well, because Berlin's a double race winner for tonight and the first double race winner of the season, and Jamie he got a double podium tonight, which is a very strong performance from him.
I don't know if it's just you, but on my screen the cars were just absolutely going everywhere.
Going backwards on the homepage.
No idea what on earth.
Well, as far as I'm concerned at the moment, there are no more races. So, well, that's it for tonight. I've been New Zealand Cam, and this has been Sam, go. Oh, you know what, alright, bye people.